And speaking of intense guys and strong guys, why don't we transition to your video with Eddie Hall? That was an amazing one. I almost cried.
Let's go. It was on my nan's deathbed that when my nan died, I was the only one there in the hospital. Sorry, it's just a tough thing to talk about.
Yeah, I understand. I appreciate you talking about it.
And as I say, it was she was the only person I could talk to about my dreams, and I would never get anything negative back. You know, she always believed in me. Come on, Ed. And on her deathbed, when she died, I was the only one there. And when they put you in a room with the deceased, and you can have your private time with them. I just remember talking to my nan for hours on end about my life, about these about my dreams, about my aspirations. And the strongman came up. It was, a few months after I did the strongman contest and said I was going to win the world's strongest man. And I made the promise to my nan on a deathbed that I would win the world's strongest man one day.
So there is the world's strongest man, in my opinion, being super strong, right? He's showing us that he's real, that he's emotional, and most people had never seen that side of Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall is known for having the biggest deadlift in the world of 500 kg. I think he still owns a record, maybe not, doesn't matter. He's currently on the set of Expendables 4 with Sylvester Stallone and Jason Statham. He's taken his life to the next level. But if you want to know what drives this man to do this stuff, and Eddie Hall works hard, like to become the world's strongest man, like the schedule he puts on, this guy works. To see where it came from, it's all there, It all came down to a promise he made to his grandmother on her deathbed. And that's deep, man. I mean, I tear up just watching that, And it's just, I felt so fortunate that I could hold the space for him and here and create that moment that so many people worldwide can see Eddie. Because most people see Eddie, he's really funny, he's got a great Instagram, he does amazing physical things, but most people don't get to see that all comes from somewhere, which is a place of pain or emotion or a promise. So that was a beautiful moment. And I got to thank Eddie for going there, because he could have chosen not to, and he did. So that's a strong man.
I think you deserve kudos as well, Brian. Obviously, Eddie did go there, but you had such a masterful, craftful way of getting him to open up. A lot of the hosts we see on different shows, they always need to fill the blanks. They always need to interject something, but you let him go. You looked at him, you're listening, you're showing empathy. You're saying, please tell me more, explain. Pausing, the power of pausing. I mean, really, I felt like that was a magical moment again on London Real, thanks to your ability to let people communicate and share their deepest stories.
Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. I mean, I always say, if I do my job right, I just shut the fuck up. Like, that's my job, really. And so if I'm really doing it right, we've created the atmosphere, we put the person in the chair, and then my job is to listen and to hopefully take them into these places. And again, that came after maybe 90 minutes of talking about his whole life. And there's a lot more there. There's a lot of depth with him. He was, nearly suicidal at one point. Really, not the guy you would expect him to be. And we got him there. But, I've had a lot of very strong men cry on my show. And I'm not saying it's a metric that I shoot for, but if you cry on London Real, like I did just a few minutes ago, then it means we're getting somewhere important. Everybody has an emotional side, and it's nice for all of us to see that side. And I've had world championship boxers like Nigel Benn cry for like 2 minutes straight. This is the Dark Destroyer, one of the scariest guys in the world, who 2 hours before I did a face-off with, and he was yelling at me, saying, "This is a face-off," like that, right when I met him. And then 2 hours later, he's crying in the chair about his moment when he found, God and changed his life and, realized what he was doing to his family. So That's what we're trying to do here at London Real. We're trying to tell you someone's story, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the journey of their arc that usually included some down to get to the up. So yeah, it's something we're very fortunate to be able to do.